Man, I know, right? I was just saying that the other day, man, about cartoons, man, like how everything is getting rebooted and it's not close to the original. It's all so stupid. We need a cartoon that is relevant to this time and age to where we can actually make references to where the younger audience can understand it and forget about it. Throw in some jokes in there because, you know, the world needs that, man. And we do not have a cartoon with that just yet. And it sucks. Until now. Who's your daddy, YouTube? Tony here, and today, guys, I am here bringing you guys another exciting video to the channel, man. Now, today, we are going to be talking about the best animated phenomenon that has hit the 90s and came back 22 years later and is still good to this day, man. And of course, I'm talking about the newly reanimated, newly rebooted series, Animaniacs. Now, I gotta talk to you guys about this because Animaniacs has been one of my personal childhood favorite cartoons of all time. Looney Tunes was cool, Tiny Toons was better, but man, Animaniacs right there with all the fourth wall breaks, all the jokes, all the gags, man. It is just one of the best cartoons that have ever hit the planet, and I am so happy that we got this reboot, man. And I want to go in depth with talking about it and just do my personal review about it because, man, it's something that you need to watch. If you're not on it now, you better jump on it. It is fantastic. For this particular review, guys, we're only going to be talking about the first episode because spoilers are going to be in this as well, but also at the fact that, like, you guys just need to watch this show on Hulu right now. If you need to go on ahead and stop watching this video, please do so. There's your spoiler warning. Just bam, right there, spoilers. So that way you don't get spoiled with the first episode. So in case you guys are probably wondering why this show came back and as to why so many people were excited about it, is because this show was established all the way back in 1930, but then I believe in 1995 it moved all the way to Warner Brothers Studios, where creator Tom Ruegger and Steven Spielberg worked on the show up until 1998, and then they stopped doing episodes. It actually had 100 episodes, that series, which is very, very cool. Very sad that it only had 100 episodes because the comedic timing and the whole writer script with that show was just fantastic, man. With every show, a show has to have a niche, and with this show, it has the best niche of all, which is, of course, the references, the jokes, the gags, just the humor in itself has always been on point, man. And like, can I show a few clips? I gotta show you guys a few clips. I can't let you not know these jokes and me just talking about them. I just have to show you clips. So here's some clips in case you guys are not familiar with the show already.
Wait a minute. You expect us poor innocent children to climb up dangerous scaffolding and paint naked people all over a church?
We'll do it!
But we're not doing it for the sake of art, and we're not doing it for the sake of money. No, we're doing it because we like painting naked people.
I found prints!
No, fingerprints.
I don't think so.
This is a classroom, not a music hall. Now find your seats.
Got my seat.
Got mine.
Here's mine.
Bet you don't have trouble finding yours.
Begone, pests, and give me the bird.
We'd love to, really, but the Fox censors won't allow it.
Ooh, a giant Pez dispenser. Want one?
Please.
Stop playing with my bust!
Good night, everybody.
The main thing about the show that I guess was the kicker, was the top tier notch, cherry on top kind of thing with it, is the fact that they kept up with modern times. And of course, now 22 years later, as the show's getting rebooted, they had to figure out how to do with that. But of course, throughout the years, man, they worked with the material that they received, and just the fact that the jokes in this reboot, when I tell you I'm laughing, and I felt like a little kid laughing at the fact that this show just brought, it was one of those moments. It was one of those moments, and the reboot was fantastic. I literally sat down at 12 o'clock at night watching these episodes non-stop and decided I had to do this video for you guys. But the episodes, man, let's just talk about these episodes, because obviously just so much thought has to be processed with this. after 22 years of them being absent, they get rebooted into the animated world. And so with this, they have to catch up with the times in a sense of what's happened since they have been gone. So they go back to the Warner Brothers studio, find out that there's a brand new CEO, and she basically, easiest way I could tell you, gives Yakko a tablet. He drinks it, eats it, whatever you want to call it, and just like that, knows everything, which that's basically the humor of the show, even from like back in the day. But yeah, they just have to catch up with the times. And of course, with their jokes, they have to be on point with their references. And so it makes a lot of sense. It's great. It's funny. It's something totally zany that, of course, that had to be done with it. They also talk about, of course, just Facebook being toxic and just so many things with this in particular. But of course, man, the best thing about this is that as a reboot, most shows don't have their original voice actors, nor do they have, I guess, the same kind of animation style or same humor as their predecessors. But with this particular episode and this show is that they always break the fourth wall to where they acknowledge it's a reboot and they constantly talk about how it is a reboot, which that's just the humor of the show. That's how much you know that the creators love the show enough to give it that sort of acknowledgement in the show. And of course, there's other shows that do this, and I'm not saying that Animaniacs started it, but you know, it kind of just, if you look at the time frame, yeah. And of course, for some reason I didn't talk about this, with the announcement of the reboot, they also brought back the two most powerful and influential characters I have seen with this show, and that is Pinky and the Brain. And let me tell you, man, Pinky and the Brain has been another show that when they originally did a whole sideshow from Animaniacs, that was fire. That was probably one of my favorite things. I did miss how it was part of the original show, but it's still part of, you know, it was still part of it, but it wasn't kind of deal. But of course, Rob Paulsen, being talented as he was the voice of Pinky. And of course, Maurice LeMarche, I believe is how you say his name, is the voice of the Brain. And so both of them back in the chair, recording lines for the show, made it even better. And so it's fantastic. It's a fantastic thing that this reboot has brought. With the adult humor that is also somewhat in there. If you're smart enough, you see it. If you're smart enough, you see it with the gags. And I'm just talking about this particular gag right here. Yeah. If you don't get it, just say it. Say the name out loud, and then you'll hear it. It's Animaniacs. Now you cannot see it. That's just the preference of the show, man. That is just the humor that is brought down onto your plate to where you have to eat it and enjoy it. Now, unlike with the original show, the only thing that they did not bring back was, of course, a wide spread of characters that were involved with the show. And of course, I'm talking about the side characters like Slappy Squirrel, Chicken Boo, and just the Hip Hip Hippos. Y'all remember the Hip Hip Hippos? Like, they didn't really bring back those characters, as I believe that the voice actors, while some of the voice actors that they have now in the show do share voices with them, they didn't really bring back like those particular characters, which that kind of sucks because, you know, Slappy Squirrel was kind of like I don't know if that's the right way to say it, like the Bugs Bunny in a sense of the show. And just all these characters felt really off to see them with it, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you. They do make references with the characters, which is nice because, you know, after 22 years with them being such big parts of the show, it definitely does bring some closure as to why they weren't exactly brought back into the reboot. And it makes my heart whole to know that the fact that this show just, you can see the love with it, and it's definitely a good thing that I guess in a sense they didn't really bring back the characters and stuff, although there are rumors that besides these two seasons, there might be working on more, because the show, this reboot, was actually developed or starting development back in 2018, and it was announced in January of 2018 that they were working on it. And now that we have the whole premise of the show, it is great. It's great because the younger audience definitely nowadays can enjoy it, where like people my age have already seen the show, and now we can relive that childhood watching this. And it's very, very, very smart with that. And this is probably one of the only reboots that I can wholesomely agree with coming back, in all honesty, because we're not going to talk about Teen Titans Go, because, you know, while they have the original voice actors, the humor is just yeah. But all in all, man, this reboot, if I have to say something about it, man, I'm giving it a very, very honest vote here. Honestly, 10 out of 10. I'm gonna say 10 out of 10 because I really don't see the fact of it that it failed. I don't think that it has failed yet. The only gripe I have with it is the fact that the old characters, but that's not all of them were as popular with the show back in the day that I can see. But 10 out of 10 show, just because you could just sense, and I've probably rambled in this review, man, but you could just sense the love, the care that they took with this show and tried to make it relevant to today's now, man. Like, and it's great. It's great, you know, updated animation, other than that old weird style that they did back in the day that was widely popular, and it was just great. This was one of those shows, man, that I really, really, really appreciate them coming back to. And yes, I know I don't do reviews mostly on this channel, but I felt like that with this show in particular, man, I wanted you guys to know that this show is just great. It is fantastic, and you have to watch it. If you don't have a Hulu account, steal your friend's Hulu. You can just do it, man. But with that, I think that's really it for this video. I just really wanted to talk about this with you guys because this is, again, a show that had great promise back in the day. And so the fact now that the show's brought back, it's definitely a show worth watching. And I just really hope that you guys do enjoy it. And hopefully that the love that it gets now can continue on for more generations. And hopefully those rumors about more seasons coming back are going to be true, and we'll love it the same way that we loved it back in the day, man, and it'll be great. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff, man. Hopefully you guys did enjoy my review. If you think that I missed anything, please go on ahead, leave it in the comments below, man. As I will take this video with as much importance of your honesty as non-seriously as I can. I mean, come on, it's an Animaniacs video. What do you want me to do, man? Spit a few jokes here and there, show you the bird? I can't. This is YouTube, and I'll get, you know, taken down for that. But like I said, guys, thank you for watching this video, man. My name is Tony, and I will catch you guys next time.